What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. We're going to be doing a Nintendo home consoles ranking. So you're not going to be seeing any handhelds. And if you want handhelds for any of the consoles that I've done before, or I'm now at the moment doing, then I have a poll within the community posts, so you could find it there. But otherwise, yeah, we're doing Nintendo home consoles. This may be the final one for the console rankings, specifically because I am going to be busy. So this may be the final video for now, and then I'll take a little bit of a resting period. But I mean, other than that, um, I'm gonna be pretty busy. So I'll do a lot of things from outside of YouTube. But anyways, here we go. Without further ado, here we have it. Here are our 7 consoles. So let's get into it. The NES, by far. It's the GOAT. Yeah. But I don't really know. Should we put it? Should I put Super Nintendo over it? Yeah, I think so. Because there are a lot more better games than what the NES offered. So I think I'll put it there. Just because it was a step in the right direction. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll just put it on A tier. You might see some things shuffle and change real quickly around here. N64. S tier. It introduced something great. Anyways, the GameCube, the most iconic by far. Although it did kind of flop with the amount of production the GameCube was gonna get, and with the Wii, it's more iconic than anything else. Like, you have some of the best games on here compared to all these systems. Sure, for GameCube you have Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, and then for the N64 you have, actually for the GameCube, you also have like Pikmin and Smash Bros. Melee, and for the N64, Super Mario 64, and for the NES and SNES, like all those classic Mario games. But the Wii had so much. Well, a quarter of it was just Nintendo official stuff, or just like just anything, or just anything that was in partnership with a company that they own the characters. But otherwise, a lot of it was just shovelware. Like, sure, there were a good few titles. There were many, but the others that were considered bad are just shovelware. So I don't really know. I'll place that there for now. And then eventually the Wii U. I don't know why it didn't need to exist. The Wii U. I get it. The president of Nintendo around that time, Satoru Iwata, the late Satoru Iwata, as a matter of fact. I don't get the concept behind this. Like, I get it. You could have it around portable. It's like a hybrid where you have a portable and then you could just play it on the TV. But I mean, going from the Wii to the Wii U, that's just brand confusion. Like, okay, here's the thing. The Wii had so many accessories. It had a lot. And when you have a similar name and then the same colors as to what you got for the Wii, and when you see that gamepad, that's just gonna make you confused. And then finally the Switch. I don't think it's greater than and than the Wii. No, 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 no. It's next to it. It's the second best, and I think that this is a great way. This is the ultimate greatest way ever. So now I'm gonna do some final minute thinking here. So I think I'll think about some things for a little while, and we'll see. The GameCube, I think I'm gonna have to put this at A tier. The Wii could some models, the earlier models of the Wii could do GameCube games. It's backwards compatible, so I I just put it there because not all of the Wii consoles they have this backwards compatibility with the GC, aka the GameCube. So I decided to put it there for now. N64. Mm, Nintendo 64. Here, how about this? It's not terrible. A couple of the a couple of the titles were actually good. I just don't think there's not enough recognizable titles. The GameCube has a lot, but so yeah, the GameCube has way more titles than what the N64 had. Um, Wii U stays down there. I'm just gonna say it. Should I choose anything else to move to? Yeah, it's so many great games for the Wii, but at the same time, you have a lot of greater titles for the Switch. We're gonna leave the Wii at that. The NES, it's there. The Super Nintendo, it's there. The GameCube, it's right here. The Nintendo 64 is there, aka the N64, and then eventually the Wii U is all the way down here. I think this is a good way to have all these consoles at. So, yeah, S tier for the Wii. It literally had some of the best games ever. Wii Sports Resort, Mario Kart Wii, Super Mario Galaxy, um, Link's Crossbow Training, Zelda Skyward Sword. I'm trying to think here. Smash Bros. Brawl. Even though that wasn't the greatest within the series critically, but did successfully well. New Super Mario Brothers Wii. There's a lot of titles. Wii Fit was one of them, alongside Wii Fit Plus. There's just so many great titles for the Wii. That's why I put it over the Switch. Because a quarter of what made the Wii so successful was pretty much the Mii games. So stuff you could play around with your Mii on the Wii. Like I said, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Fit Plus, Wii Play Motion, Wii Music, Wii Party. There was so many games for the Wii. It was endless, and so that's why I put the Nintendo Wii at S tier. The Switch, I have a similar story there. Part of the reason as to why I didn't put it over this is because the stick drift. The stick drift is what I consider to be the lowest point of the Switch, especially with a Pro controller. I'd suggest the 8-bit Duo Pro 2 controllers. Yeah, the NES. Its games are fun. I'm not gonna lie, but at least it's not something like the Wii U. This was during the biggest video game crash of 1983, and so this kind of saved the video game industry. So, what I give it thanks to that. The Super Nintendo did things way better than what the original Nintendo did. The NES did fine, but the Super Nintendo, man oh man, did it introduce us perfectly to 8-bit gaming? I mean, no, 16-bit gaming at its finest, or what? Next up, the GameCube. I there's a lot more grander titles, like I've said before. It's the same thing as the Wii. It has Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 1 and 2, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, um, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. There's an absolute lot. I'm just going to say it there. There was a lot of good titles because Nintendo was all out for the first party support, while the Wii had a lot more third party support, but there was still a good chunk of, you know, Nintendo official games. No third party. Not. There was a lot of third party for this one. No third party for this at all. There was barely any. All right, the Nintendo 64. I think this is not a whole lot of recognizable games, but at least it's much higher and much better than the Wii U. The Nintendo 64, in my opinion, revolutionized 64-bit gaming, and so by doing so, they were able to top it off with like introducing some new franchises and some new games with Mario in it, and a lot of other properties. I think Ocarina of Time, yeah, that's one of them. Let me think here. Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. There were so many. There's a good amount of Nintendo's first party titles. The Wii U. Oh my goodness. I don't necessarily think it's bad. Well, okay. I don't think, in my opinion, that Nintendo should have made this whatsoever. And the reason as to why I say that has to do with the fact that this console really confused people. Everyone thought it was an accessory for the Wii. The gamepad is what really people thought was just an accessory. But this was an entirely different console. And so if you know, you wanted to show like the Wii U gamepad and you want to connect a Wii remote, then people are going to be confused. Like, it has that backwards compatibility with the Wii games and the Wii remotes. Not to mention, let's not forget the fact that everyone still had a Wii during that time. Nobody moved on to the Switch because that wasn't made yet. Everyone still had, you know, their Wiis and, you know, with those GameCube controller ports and memory cards. Or they just had a regular Wii without those features. But regardless, who would want to get a Wii U? I'm not saying that whoever has it sucks, but I think that it was Nintendo's lowest point, especially with those commercials. Man, oh man. If you saw those commercials back in the day, you would have been cringing out by it so much. Alright, enough ranting with the Wii U. This is about it for my Nintendo consoles list. Like I said, I have within the community posts an option if you want handhelds or not. So yeah, go check that out on the YouTube channel. I'll put a link down to it if I can. But I mean, you could always find it on the YouTube channel. Yeah, this is basically about it. Comment down below if you want to see some of these like gaming handheld videos for rankings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun as much as I did with this series, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.